Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about Princess Cruise Line and also Disney Cruise Line, pros and cons on both of them, kind of compared a little bit, and is Princess the way to go? Is Disney the way to go? All that kind of fun stuff, so let's do it.
So we just got done with our Princess Cruise Line series. We'll link that whole playlist below if you guys want to watch that. We had an amazing time and we talked about doing just kind of like a review, like a recap of like our thoughts on it. But the more we talked about it, the more we kept bringing up Disney. So we thought we'd kind of do this with, the focus of, does Disney do it better or does Princess? And also just to kind of help you guys out if you are, if you cruise with families, because, for us, like we have 2 boys and another one on the way. So that's a big thing for us is if, we want to go on a cruise line that's more catered for families or not. So we're going to kind of go in it with like that angle, like still kind of give our review of it, but a lot of it will be versus like Disney.
And so with the comparison video, honestly, this video can get really long really fast because we can compare every little thing, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to kind of talk about some things that you guys have been wondering, questions that we have received, also kind of some questions that we had going into this as well. And so kind of like the bigger things like the customer service and the food and the kids area, those kind of things. So the first thing that we want to talk about though is the medallion on Princess. So what this is a little like little thing that you wear. It's a little wearable
lanyard or you can like wear it around your wrist, different things.
Yeah, and basically it's like a location tracker, like an air tag, an Apple air tag or something like that. And it's really cool because no matter where you're at in the ship, like you can be located. And so you can be located by like your party. And so when you're cruising with people, they can kind of see, where you're at and all that kind of stuff, which is great. But number 2, for room service, or really like even like retail stuff as well. Yeah. You can buy, drinks, food, whatever, and no matter where you're at in the ship, they'll bring it to you. And so if you're back in your stateroom, there's room service and, you can get your cookies or your burger or whatever. If you're by the pool, they'll bring you your drinks, your burger, all that kind of stuff. And so it's super cool for that. And that's the thing that we were just questioning, like, why doesn't Disney do that? Like, they have a great room service. Their menu's awesome. We love Disney's room service. We love the items that are on that. We think Princess had a good room service menu as well. But the fact that you have to be in your room to get room service rather than I want to order, something and then be delivered by poolside, you know what I mean?
And we just love that because anywhere we went, like we're, going to a show or, going to karaoke, we're like, okay, I can just order something, they bring it right to you. So it was really, really a cool feature and something that like sticks out to us so much from this last cruise.
Like we were like shocked of how much we loved it. And honestly, we're like, man, I wish Disney had this feature.
Right. So next we're just gonna talk about the ship, just like overall everything about the ship. And Princess was beautiful. Like honestly, the main area, like when we first walked into the ship, it was
like the atrium like
area.
The heart of the ship.
Right. It was beautiful, like super open, like staircases that spiral down. Like they had live music always, going on over there, and people would just like hang out, drink coffee. It was really, really cool part of the ship that we liked. How people just like hung out there a lot. And as much as we love Disney's ship, like their atrium areas, like a lot of people, it's like there aren't like tables around to like hang out and kind of chat as much. So we really liked that about Princess.
Yeah, because I mean it's kind of like the heart of the ship, like I was saying, and that's what we noticed. Like everyone was that was a place just to be. It's so beautiful, and I wish Disney had more of a spot where you can kind of hang out like that. In that main focal point, if you will. We did notice, however, that Disney just upkeeps their stuff a lot more.
For sure.
So like you'll walk around and you'll see like a little bit like a paint chips or little things that, whatever, which, I don't know. The thing is with Disney, it's like the standard is just a lot higher.
It is,
and things would be fixed. Like, there was some pixels that were out in the big screen TV.
On the deck.
Outside. Yeah, on the deck. And I'm like, Disney would never allow that, that'd be fixed. And so I think overall when you're looking at the ship, it is a different vibe. Like it's just kind of lighter, has like different kind of I don't know, it's just a lighter feel. Disney has like more like the blues and that kind of stuff.
Like classic kind of cruise feel.
They're both super classy. I mean, Disney and also Princess are really classy. Again, you're gonna be paying a premium price with Disney, and so I understand that like that's just the reality. And I think they just have, you know, more of the budget, whatever you want to call it. Then let's talk about staterooms, as well.
Yes.
So we actually liked. We stayed in the inside stateroom. We've stayed on an inside stateroom and also a veranda on Disney.
Yes.
Princess, we just stayed in the inside, and it was fantastic because we got so much sleep. There's pros and cons to the stateroom with Princess.
Right.
Like, I would say the biggest con is the outlets. Like, there was hardly any outlets. There wasn't any outlets by the nightstands.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Disney has all the outlets, because they don't have a lot of outlets, but they at least have them by the nightstands.
Right.
And that was, in this day and age, it's like, that's when you use your phone as your alarm clock and whatnot, it's like, it's nice to have that.
The beds were super comfortable.
Oh,
like,
on Princess.
amazingly comfortable. Loved it. But the inside staterooms in Disney, because we stayed in those before, they still have like a sitting area, like a couch, and there wasn't anywhere to sit in the inside stateroom for us on Princess. So it was hard, because if we just want to go in and just like, you know, order room service and sit down, like we just had our bed. So that was just like, you know, a standard room. So that was a little bit of a downfall. Also, they don't do like the split bathrooms, which Disney does, and we really like that, especially like with families. For us, it wasn't like a huge deal, but I do like that layout. Like if we brought our kids, it's definitely a lot more convenient.
Yeah.
So.
But what I did like about Princess is how they have their closet. So with Disney, you walk in, you have like the closet right here, you have your bathroom, your 2 split bathrooms right here.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like this, like, you know, you get out of the shower, you have to kind of get your clothes. But Princess, you have the bathroom like here, if you will, and the closet's right here, but it's an open closet.
Yeah.
And it's big.
Right.
And there are shelves and everything. So I really actually liked Princess's closet way more than I like Disney.
I did too.
And I have to say that Princess's mattress, way more comfortable than Disney.
Yeah.
Like, guys, like you brought that up a little bit, but I want to talk about it. Like, we actually went back and we're like, because we're in the market for a new mattress, right? And so we're like, I wish we can just get Princess's mattress. That was the most heavenly thing we've ever like laid on.
So comfy.
You can buy Princess's mattresses. Like, we looked it up, and they actually sell their mattresses because so many people have requested it.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Yeah, and just their whole bedding, like the pillows, everything. It was just
you
like,
can purchase. Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was amazing. and again, I guess with Disney, it's more. It has more of the decorations, and it just feels more warm.
Right,
You know
and
what
I
mean?
feel like we love Disney, so I will say we'll be more biased in that area, because just the overall of the ship too, like how Disney has, you know, their art hung up in the, you know, hallways, and, you know, the music and the elevators, like we love all that because we love Disney. And same with the rooms, you know, they just, you know, they theme everything really well. So, you know, and that's something we like.
Yeah, so if you title it up, it's like it's probably 50-50 because of the things we like better on Princess, but like what Lacey said, I think it takes it home because it's more premium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has a different standard, and but again, you're paying for premium price.
Right. Next topic is just dining and food. So something we really liked about Princess was you have a choice, but we chose to not have a set dining time. So we could go eat whenever we wanted, which was really cool. And they have different restaurants you can choose from. And if we wanted...
You can do a set dining time as well.
Right.
There's just there's more preferences, if you will, as far as Princess goes, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, and we traveled with friends, and so it was really nice because we would just talk to each other throughout the day, like, you guys want to eat at 6 or 7? And so that flexibility was really nice. The dining in Disney, you have like, you know, your early dining or you have late dining, basically. And you can choose to go to like their buffet, but who wants to do that when their dining is like amazing and their restaurants are so cool and you get like shows within your dinner. So so that's something that's, you know, that's cool that we had that, they give you that option to do. So we enjoyed that a lot.
Now let's talk about food. Okay, so we definitely noticed that Disney has just better food all around. The standard, again, is just, I think, is higher, but like Lacey hit the nail on the head, and that was that What?
The nail on
the
the
nail
head.
on the head. The head of the nail. Oh my gosh.
I was like, that didn't sound right.
But we were like sitting there at the buffet one morning at Princess, and she was like, I think the thing is that Disney is just more consistent.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what you're gonna get, because we had times when the hash browns were fantastic on Princess, and we had times the hash browns were horrible on Princess.
Yeah.
And it was like that for other things. It was just like there's more consistency with Disney, but we have to say too, like even like the restaurants that you have to pay more on Princess were like just Disney's regular, main dining. It was still better.
Their food, for sure.
And their premium. So Disney gets the food for sure.
Yeah.
And also I think Disney gets the dining rooms as well. Even though you can kind of choose which dining room you want to go into, it was just like a restaurant. You go in there but Disney, I mean, they're an entertainment company, and so you're being entertained as well. Everything's themed, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like, again, Disney gets that as well.
They do, because it's just, it's an experience. Because you look forward to your dining because, oh yeah, at this restaurant tonight they're going to do this, or they have this show, or you look forward to a certain, food item, because I know when we go cruise Disney, like there's just certain things that we can't wait to have again because their food is so good. And with Princess, like there wasn't really anything where if we cruised again, I'd be like, oh, I can't wait for this experience again, because it wasn't bad. It was just okay.
It was still really good.
Yeah,
We did notice that Disney was just overall better in the food department.
Yeah.
But again, like the dining rooms are still amazing, and we had so much fun. I mean, we cruised. We cruised with. If you guys don't know the channel, it's Leg Life, Adam and Sherry. We cruise with them. Go check them out if you don't know them. But we had a blast laughing, and it was just a fun time. So honestly, we didn't really miss the entertainment, because we had such a good time. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And so I guess the reality is, again, that could just be a wash for some people, because it's like, does it really matter having entertainment?
Yeah.
I don't think it matters if you're cruising with awesome people, right? But if you're looking forward to that entertainment, like Disney definitely has that.
They do.
Because they're an entertainment company.
Right.
But if you're looking at strictly just the food, not talking about anything else, Disney has better food.
For sure.
Okay, so customer service. We're pretty big on customer service, and I have to say, we were very surprised, because we always, hear like, Disney has premium customer service.
Which they do.
Which they do.
Yeah.
Guys, Princess had just as good customer service.
They did.
We were treated so well. If there was any problems, which we didn't have any problems, but the thing is they were totally there for you. And so I didn't notice any difference.
Right.
The only thing I did notice is that there was no Mickey hands waving. You know what I mean? But other than that, it was amazing. Like we had some amazing people. We got to know some amazing people.
Our room host, he was so great.
He was so great. He even gave us a gift. He's from the Philippines, and he gave us a gift. Like, I don't know. It was just so, we felt so warm by the staff.
Yeah.
And same with Disney. So I feel like with that, it was a complete wash. Like there was, I wouldn't say Disney has better customer service.
Yeah.
I would say they were both great.
The only thing to note though is it was just us on the Princess Cruise, and with Disney, like they cater so well like to your kids.
That's true.
So if we took our kids, we may have been saying something different for this review.
But we don't know, because we didn't
know.
have that. But we'll talk more about the kids' areas in just a bit and compare that. But we don't know what the customer service is like, because we didn't have the kids.
Right.
But as far as us, great. Let's talk about like the whole like culture of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Disney, you have like, it's magical, a lot more themed, characters,
all that kind of
There's
stuff.
all that kind of stuff going on. And so if you love Disney, like you're all about it, right?
Yeah.
And so going into a cruise where they didn't have that kind of stuff, it was kind of interesting to see what the culture was. Obviously the demographic was older.
Yes.
So we actually probably could count how many kids were on the ship.
Yeah.
Not really, but really.
You wouldn't see him very much.
You actually were like, oh my gosh, there's a kid. Like that's ridiculous. Compared to like a Disney. Disney is like, you're just like,
they're everywhere.
And so that was interesting.
Yeah.
But going into knowing that the demographic was older, it was still a very active ship. Like it was like, people were stoked to be there. Like the karaoke was on fire. Like it was great. Like the energy was huge on the ship.
Nightlife, like music was going late.
It was amazing. There was live bands in the atrium all the time, which is really cool. So just because it was an older demographic, there was still energy for days, and that was awesome to see. And so I have no complaint there. It was just a different culture,
Right.
different kind of thing. And so I feel like that. Now the only thing that was kind of weird was like when you would, like if you go to a mall and you have like those like stand-up shops in the mall,
Little kiosks.
And people are kind of hustling you in to buy stuff. That was kind of happening in some of the shop areas.
Yeah.
Like there would be outside trying to pull you in and kind of hustling you in, like, oh, try this, like let's try some new makeup, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was weird. Like I was not expecting to get like hustled.
Right.
And so I didn't like that at all.
Right.
Now we just kind of steered clear of that area.
Yeah.
But that was kind of weird.
Right. And I think that's another way, like, they make money, as far as Disney, they don't do that, and they don't have like casinos where every other ship has casinos. So that's something.
That's a big moneymaker for ships.
It is. So like Justin said, we just weren't expecting that. So when they started doing that, we're like, what? Okay. Like, they want us to come spend money in their shops. So that was a little like weird and not like something we really like. Especially when we're on vacation, I'm like, no, that's okay.
If I want to buy something, I'll buy something, but I don't want to get hustled into it.
Yeah, right. So let's talk entertainment. So I feel like this is a hard one to compare because Disney just does it better because they're an entertaining company. But like, let me just say though, Princess did, a good job. The shows
end of the day,
had.
You want to be entertained, right?
Right.
And we were entertained.
Yeah. Right. Comedian was not funny at all.
Comedian wasn't funny.
but we went to like.
We actually walked out.
We did. But we went to 2 other shows, and they were great. They're good. Yeah. Like we were entertained, and for adults, it was great. The kids would have been bored out of their mind, but again, for us, we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But as far as Disney goes, I enjoy their entertainment.
It's just hard to compare because, like Lisa said, that's what they do. Disney. Right. That's what they do. That's their job, right?
Yeah.
And so it's hard to even compare that.
It is.
But we were definitely entertained on Princess, but we're definitely going to have to give that to Disney.
Yeah.
Just because that's what they do.
Right.
It's like, And so the last big thing we're going to talk about is the kids area. Right. I have to say, like, we did tour the kids area, and Princess actually was, surprisingly, they had a lot to offer. But it was not like what Disney offered. We came to the conclusion where we would not take kids on a Princess cruise. So if you are wondering if you have kids and you're like, hey, like, Princess, I mean, you can still make it work. It's still gonna be a fun cruise.
For sure.
But I think for us, we would just save up longer for a Disney cruise.
And our kids are younger. So, I mean, our oldest is almost 7. So if that helps, but it's just, and we also, backing up a little bit, we didn't share this. We were on an Alaskan cruise. So, the pools and everything, that wasn't a popular area because it was cold. So that was another reason we wouldn't take our kids because they love the pools and they live in the pools. But it just...
For that itinerary.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think even if we were cruising somewhere that was warm, I think we wouldn't take our kids. And I think because there wasn't so many kids either, you know, and maybe this was just the itinerary.
Yeah.
But I think, even if you have older kids, it's all about like go hang out with people, right? And there just wasn't a lot of kids their age to hang out with, because the demographic was older. But end of the day, if that doesn't bother you, the thought, the care, the mindset, and the entertainment that goes into Disney is just hands down way better.
Right.
But I still was impressed by the kids area.
Yeah.
So you still can make it work, and then your kids would have a blast. There was kids who were having a blast on that ship. Like, they totally were.
Yeah.
We just know that we really do like how Disney operates and how the counselors help with the kids, and we've been super impressed by that. And so even though it's more expensive, we would just choose to postpone a cruise and save up a little bit longer to hit Disney if it was just with the kids. Right.
Okay, now that we've hit a lot of the main topics, and I know we could have gotten a lot more detailed in those, but you guys, if you have questions later, ask us in the comments.
Yeah, that's what the comments are for. Just ask us and we'll talk in depth about that down below. But
the big question, would we cruise Princess again, or are we strictly now that we've seen another cruise line, we're going back just straight to Disney?
Yeah, and unfortunately there's contingencies on this.
There are.
Except we'll be black and white on one thing.
Yes.
And that is, if we are cruising with our kids, 100% Disney.
Yes, we did solidify that one.
So maybe that's all you needed.
Right.
Maybe that's all you needed. But if you're still here and you're like, well, I don't have kids, listen up.
Or you want to do a cruise without your kids?
Yeah, listen up. So we would totally do Princess again.
We would.
100%.
Yeah.
Or another cruise line again.
Right.
Not just strictly Disney.
Yeah, we'd like to do other ones.
We would.
Yeah.
And because end of the day, we love cruising.
We do.
And at the end of the day, we love seeing the world.
Right. We like to travel.
and we love traveling in a way where we're cruising and getting to chill out for 8 hours, 9 hours at a port.
Yeah.
And for Alaska, it was awesome because it was really about the ports.
It was.
It was about the scenery, experiencing that, like, and getting off and trying food in different places, and so it was about that. And yeah, the ship was about the ship, it was about cruising, but it was also about seeing all that. And so
the destination.
For example, we want to go on a European cruise, and we wouldn't bring the kids in for that.
Right.
But it would be something that we would definitely want to go explore and see the ports and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we
feel Princess would be a great cruise line to do that because it's affordable in that sense. Like it's so much cheaper than Disney.
Like honestly, like 50% cheaper.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. And so you're still entertained, you get really good food. Like maybe it won't be at the premium in some levels, but the reality is it's still a great home base. You feel warm, great customer service, you feel like a family. There was still so much energy on the ship. Hands down.
Right.
So I feel like for us, it's kind of based on the itinerary, and kind of if we really want to go explore certain ports, and really the cost of how long that cruise is going to be, we'd be content doing a Princess.
And we say that because with Disney, we've gone to ports before and we haven't even gotten off because we love their ship and we love the activities on there that we can do with our kids. So that's just it's just a different thing for us. Is we like Disney's ship better. As far as Princess, we like the ship, it was great, but I think we'd use that more as to see different destinations in a more affordable way. And again, it would just be us.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our consensus of all of it.
Hopefully that makes sense. Again, if you have some like just more like specific questions, we would love to answer those. Yeah. Because I know like this was just some bigger things, but if you want to get in the weeds with us, we'll get in the weeds.
Yes.
But yeah, we would totally do other cruise lines. We would totally do Princess again.
Yeah.
We had a great experience. We had so much fun. I haven't laughed that hard in a very long time.
Yes.
And it was
great memories.
Oh my gosh, amazing memories. But again, guys, honestly, like we kind of covered like some big things, and so if there's some specific like questions you have that are kind of like deal breakers for you and we didn't cover, let us know in the comments because we'll do our best. We'll do our best and we'll get in the weeds with you to help make the decision. But end of the day, we would totally do Princess again, and we definitely will be doing Disney. We actually are booked on one in March, which we're looking forward to. Yeah. We haven't been on this. It's the Disney Magic, and we haven't been on that ship before. So we're excited to explore a new ship in the Disney fleet.
We are.
But anyways, guys, hopefully this was helpful. Yeah. Again, let us know if you have any more questions. But we love you guys.
Yes.
And we'll talk to you real soon.
Bye.
Bye.